A hearty welcome to all of you. Let's move on to the next topics of our chapter heat. We have learned about conduction and convection, the modes of heat transfer, and today we are going to learn radiation of heat, the third mode of heat transfer. Then we'll also see some activities, the activity to study radiation from different surfaces, and there will be an activity which will show the absorption of sunlight by different colored surfaces. Then we'll see what are the applications of radiations, and at last we'll see the structure of thermos or vacuum flask and its working. Radiation of heat. It is the transfer of heat in the form of waves from one body to another through a vacuum or a medium. This is radiation. Now you must be thinking, what is vacuum? Vacuum is a space that is totally empty without any matter. We have seen that conduction and convection, both of them need a medium through which the heat can be transferred. Whereas radiation does not require any medium for heat transfer. The amount of heat which is radiated by a body depends on its temperature, its color, and the nature of its surface. The heat from the sun reaches the earth through radiation. This heat is also called radiant heat. The sun's heat energy passes through the vacuum between the sun and the earth, and then it reaches the earth. All the hot objects, solid, liquid, gases, they all radiate heat, and the amount of heat radiated by a hot body depends on its temperature, color, and nature of its surface. Let's perform an activity to study radiation of heat. What we have to do, we need a lighted candle and a thermometer. We have to light a candle and then we will fix it on a table. Then hold a thermometer away from the flame and a little below it. What will you observe? You will see that the thermometer will show an increase in temperature. Why? The thermometer was not in contact with the flame, but then also it is showing an increase in temperature. The heat from the flame is not reaching the bulb of the thermometer through conduction because it is not in direct contact with the flame. And we have also seen that air is a poor conductor of heat. It could not have reached through convection also, since convection currents would carry the heat upwards. We have seen that the warm air will move upward. So the heat was transferred through some other way. So what is that other way? The heat was transferred through radiation. Radiation does not need a medium for heat transfer. The heat is transmitted from a hot body in straight lines in all directions and at a very great speed without the aid of any medium. Let's see what are the characteristics of radiation. As I have already told you that radiation does not need a medium for heat transfer. All the hot objects, whether solid, liquid or gas, they all will radiate heat, and that too in all directions. The amount of radiant heat received by a body depends on its distance from the source of radiant heat. A body which is closer to the source will receive more heat than the one which is away from it. And this is why the inner planets of our solar system, Mercury, Venus, Earth and Mars, which are nearer to the Sun, are much warmer than the outer planets which are farther away. Let's perform an activity to study the radiation from different surfaces. For this activity, we will need two metal tins with lids and two thermometers and black paint. Now, for this, we'll take two tins with tight fitting lids and then make holes in the lids to hold the thermometers. Now, if there are any labels, then we have to remove from the tin any covers or labels. Then we have to paint one tin with black color and the other one we'll leave it as such with its shiny surface. Then we'll put equal quantities of boiling water in the two tins. In both of the tins, we'll pour boiling water but of equal quantity. And then we'll note the temperatures on the two thermometers. We'll note the temperatures after 5 minutes. What will you observe? You will notice that the drop in temperature in the black tin is greater than in the shiny tin. We have poured boiling water in both the cans and we have left it for 5 minutes, and after 5 minutes we are taking reading from the thermometers. So we'll see that there will be a drop in the temperature, but the drop will be more in black tin than in the shiny tin. Why? Because black surface loses heat more quickly than a shiny surface. And this is the reason why black surface radiates heat better than a shiny surface, and therefore it is showing more drop in temperature than the shiny can. Now let's perform another activity which will show that the absorption of sunlight by different colored surfaces. For this we'll again need two metal tins with lids, two thermometers, black paint and white paint. Again we have to take two tins, the same tins we have used in the previous activity, and we have already painted one tin with black color and we'll paint the other with silver color, and then we'll fill both the tins with equal amount of cold water from the same temperature. Like we can take the cold water from refrigerator and from the same bottle we'll pour cold water in both of the tins. Now we'll put both of the tins in sunlight and then we'll note their temperatures after 30 minutes. What will you observe? You will see the rise in temperature in the black tin is higher than in the white tin. Why? Because a black surface absorbs more sunlight than a white surface. A white or shiny surface reflects a larger portion of sunlight. So we have seen from both the activities that black surface radiates heat better than a shiny surface, and black surface absorbs more sunlight than a white surface. Now let's see the applications of radiations. White and light colored clothes are worn in summer because they do not absorb sunlight and hence keep us cool. Black and dark colored clothes are preferred for winter because they absorb sunlight and hence keep us warm. The second application, in an electric room heater, a polished reflector is provided behind the heating element. Why? Because to reflect the radiant heat towards the front. Then solar cookers. They have black metal sheets inside and this help in maximizing the heat absorption from the sun. We prefer cooking utensils which are blackened from outside so that they absorb more heat and cooking can be done in less time. The back of refrigerators are colored dull black so that they are able to radiate heat in a better manner to the surroundings. A vacuum flask is a device which is used to keep hot liquids hot and cool liquids cool for a long time. Now let's see its structure, how it is made to avoid the loss of heat from its body. So it consists of a double-walled bottle which is made up of thin glass with the inner surfaces of the walls silvered or polished. Air is pumped out of the space between the walls and therefore thus vacuum is created. The opening through which this is done is then sealed. The mouth of the flask is closed with cork or plastic. The glass bottle is then placed in a metal or plastic case, and then it is supported on corks at the side and at the bottom. Now, how it prevents heat loss? Let's see its mechanism. The contents of the flask lose minimum amount of heat by conduction. Why? Because the materials which are used, that is glass, cork and vacuum, they all are poor conductors of heat. So through conduction there will be no loss of heat. Then the space between the double walls is vacuum and it is not having any liquid or gas. Therefore, there will be little or almost no loss of heat due to convection also. Then finally, as the inner walls of the glass bottle are silvered, so any heat that may be radiated is reflected back into the flask. Thus, the substance which is there in the flask will retain its temperature. That is, it will remain hot or cold for a long time. This is the summary of the modes of heat transfer, that is about conduction, convection and radiation. So let's have a quick look. Let's see. In conduction, it takes place without actual movement of particles. In convection, it takes place through movement of particles, and in radiation do not need a medium. So there will be no particles or molecules. Conduction, the process is slow, convection is also slow, but radiation is quite fast. Conduction, the heat is transferred in any direction. In convection, the heat is transferred upwards and downwards, whereas in radiation, the heat is transferred in straight lines. So in this way we have finished our chapter. In this chapter we have seen what is heat, what is temperature, how temperature is measured, what are the effects of heat, how solid, liquid and gases expand. We have also seen the modes of heat transfer, conduction, convection and radiation. We have seen sea breeze, land breeze, and at the last we have seen the application of radiation with the structure and working of a thermos flask. Hope you all have understood the chapter well. Thank you.